Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of Nostalgia Bait. Straight back on it.
Straight back on the incorrect
I am
intro,
joined,
it's fine.
as always, by George Sheard. He is here with probably the correct intro next week, but it is me this week with an incorrect intro once again.
Love it.
Troy, eat your heart out. But this week, we're kind of like, this is a nostalgia episode
This
within
is actually,
Nostalgia Bait.
I guess, yeah.
Because
Very on
probably
trend.
close to a year ago, we did our top 5 favourite video games.
Fuck off, is it actually a year ago?
Well, yeah, it was one of the first ones. It was one of the first ones we did.
Oh, that's painful. That's actually kind of painful to think about.
And to be honest, my top 5 video games, it's probably close. It was one of the first ones we did, was it not? Was it not within
I
the
think you're
first
probably right, actually.
3
I think
or
it might
4,
be the
maybe?
first top 5 we did, maybe.
Yeah, it will have been. Yeah, probably.
First ranking video. First time we ranked on camera together.
Video game. Yeah, the video game one was episode 8.
Wow.
And this is episode.
Wow, that's crazy.
What episode's this? 50. We're close.
And that
you know.
came up on came out on the
close.
4th of April. This is coming out on the 3rd of April. Shit. Okay,
There you
we're literally
go.
like a year anniversary.
Yeah,
Well
there
done.
you go.
A
So-
year anniversary of a random episode of Nostalgia Bait.
We have done our top 5 video games, and to be honest, mine probably hasn't shifted very much. There's maybe a little bit.
Probably not
But we
for me
thought we'd
either.
come back. We thought we'd come back and talk about some video games we absolutely fucking hate, because
Yeah.
I know I have some games that we're not going to do a top 5 because it's for me especially, like, I'm very easily pleased, so
Yeah.
it's kind of hard for me to say, oh, I fucking hate this game.
We found this
There's
with
very
the
few
films
games.
one as well, because we've done
This
our
was the same
top
with the
5
films as
video
well,
games,
yeah.
our top 5 films, our top 5 TV shows, and then we
Yeah.
want to do like, we do our top 5 worst ones. It's actually quite hard to think of worst.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think when we went into the film one, we were just like, let's just talk about films that were disappointing and are just objectively bad and have that conversation. And I thought that was really interesting when we did that. Today, I do have a list of games where I'm like, I either don't like this or it's a game that I was excited for but was severely disappointed when it came out.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, my list is, I'm gonna get hate for this list, without a doubt.
We'll just, I reckon we just,
Without a doubt, I'm gonna
love
get hate
that.
for this list.
I don't think I'm gonna get any hate for mine. I think a lot of mine are kind of like easygoing, but like I think because my
Yeah.
taste in games is relatively boring, like the games that I get excited for being disappointing is not really much of a shock. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean we can just sort of throw into it. Just jump in with something you've got on your list. I'm interested. To know where you're
So
gonna
a lot
start
of mine are like games that I disliked when they first came out, and then over the years I've tried to replay them, and I'm just
Why?
like, nah, this game's just
Why?
why have I tried to replay them?
Nah.
Because a lot of them are like, what, you just never try to replay it.
If I don't like a game, I'm never going back to it. Like that's genuinely it. I'm like, I don't care. I think you only get one good first impression.
Yeah.
And if a game comes out and it launches horribly and then fixes it all like 2 years later, it's like, well, I'm not playing it now. Like there's other games out.
I'll lead with a game that I really want to like, but I just can't get into the mechanics and the way that it plays.
Okay.
And that's Fallout 4. So
You know
I
what?
played Fallout 4,
Honestly, same actually. With
and
this one.
I think
Yeah.
we've had this conversation.
I think we did, yeah.
When
We
I
reviewed
played
the
Fallout 4 when
series,
it very
and that's
yeah,
when we
I
talked
played Fallout
about
4 when it very, very, very first came out. And I was like, and I was young, God knows what age I was. I was like, nah, this just isn't for me. Didn't play it. And then when the Fallout series came out, I was like, you know what? I want to give Fallout a go.
Yep,
the world's
same.
amazing. The
Same.
lore is phenomenal within the game. I just can't do it. I just can't get.
can't
It's the
believe
mechanics.
that
It's
it's
the
the same-
gameplay mechanics.
And it's the same mechanics as like, because it's Bethesda, it's the same mechanics as like Skyrim
Yeah.
or like.
It feels night and day to Skyrim. Like
It's
I
weird,
love
isn't it?
Skyrim. I absolutely adore Skyrim, and it's night and day.
It's the
like
setting,
to me, I
though.
just can't.
It's the setting, I think.
yeah.
I think that gameplay
just-
style doesn't lend itself that well to that.
Yeah.
You know what? Like if it was like GTA or Red Dead style in that
Yeah.
world, it would work perfectly.
Exactly,
for me.
yeah.
But that's again, it's. Like
I don't
down
know
to
whether
gameplay
it's the
styles.
gunplay. Like, I don't really enjoy the gunplay, like the crit system and stuff. Like, I don't really enjoy
I
that too
think
much.
The story's just it puts you into too much of an open world too quickly in my mind. I quite
Yeah,
like when
that
there's
is
when there's a clear mission to do. I'd
Yeah.
like to have a crack at it where it's like when it just launches in, it's like There you go. Wander around and see what you find. It's like I kind of like a little bit more direction sometimes.
It throws you like 5 or 6 main quests that you like, just do whatever order you want. But then you like get to a certain place and you're like, well, this is too hard for me, so I need to go back and go and do a different.
Yeah, see, that's just annoying. Like I've tried playing Fallout 4 before multiple times, and I've never really got that into it. Like I love the world, I love the vibe, I love the aesthetic. I don't know, but I just don't.
I own Fallout New Vegas as well, and I know Fallout New Vegas is like it's going to be massive for the second season of the game, and like it's supposed to be like phenomenal, like one of the best. I can't give it a go because I don't enjoy. If I don't enjoy Fallout 4, I'm not going to enjoy a clunkier older game.
But then maybe you will, because it's a testament to that. Because a lot of people who are Fallout fans say that Fallout 4 is nowhere near the best game that's been released. Mechanics, story, anything.
Yeah.
Like, so Fallout New Vegas is probably worth a try. I think it's the same with a lot of these ones. It's like sometimes you go back to a game being a little bit more bare bones, a little bit more arcadey, and it works.
Yeah. Fallout 4 is supposed to be one of the easiest games as well because you get the power armor, and it's like game over. Like you get it so early on.
Yeah, you do. It's like in the open. The fact that I've played with power armor tells you that. It must be early on.
Yeah.
I like the aesthetic of it. Have you ever played? Did you ever show interest in the London mod that was released last year?
No, I didn't actually. I never ended up playing it. I saw it,
and I fucking live in London.
But I never ended up playing it. Yeah, I never ended up playing it. But again, it's like I don't enjoy the way the game plays, so
I get that.
Which is a shame because I love Skyrim, and like I said, I think the world's amazing. I think the lore within the world's amazing. Like I enjoyed like going to like look through the vaults and read like the lore bits, but apart from that, it's just like long.
Yeah,
like
I've never
gone playing stuff. Just not a massive fan.
So
but yeah,
on games that I think launched that I was excited for. This is going for like new games as opposed to franchise, because a lot of mine are franchise games. A lot of them are like continuations of a franchise that I already enjoyed, and I was excited for because of that, and then disappointed. But going for completely original, Cyberpunk kind of has to be talked about a little bit. I'm
yet to play.
I was
Cyberpunk.
excited for this one, and I got it for Christmas. I played it, and I was genuinely like, it like looked really good, but I was like,
what did you play it on?
Xbox.
Did you? Did you play it on last gen Xbox as well?
No, Series X.
How did you not play on Series X?
Series X, yeah. I thought the graphics looked good, but I was like, I just don't care, and it was kind of fucking broken and just not what they sold. And then, like 3 years later, like I'm at work and like a mate of mine's going, oh yeah, like it's amazing. It's like one of the best games I've played. Like now, I'm like, now, but again, first impression of me playing it was like it was dog shit. So now it's good.
Like it's
whoop-de-doo, but like who cares?
It's crazy. Like it's it's amazing the change from that it's had since it first launched. Because when it first launched, holy shit, it was like the whole world was falling apart. Like it's all everyone was talking about, and it's great that they've managed to salvage it. And I know people who've played it and said it's phenomenal.
I always think you should try and salvage it.
And I will
play
never
release a game and just bin it off. I think you should try and fix it, especially nowadays. And I'm
especially when it was like 12 years in development or whatever it was.
Yeah, 100%. It just needed longer. It needed longer to bake. It's like it's again. It's like there's games. I think when it comes to open world, like shooting gun and like vehicle mechanics, it's really hard to get it right in a world where GTA and Red Dead exist. And I will, you know me, you've heard me talk about video games on this podcast before. I will glaze the fuck out of Rockstar any day. I think their games are just the in terms of mechanics, in terms of story, in terms of everything combined, they are, to me, the best video games can be at the minute. Like, and I have very high hopes for GTA 6, but that's what I'm saying. It's like I can't sit and play Cyberpunk now and then GTA 6 comes out. Like I'm not going to give Cyberpunk a chance, am I really? In comparison,
I beg we're not doing this episode yet in a year's time when GTA 6 is on this list.
Yeah, that is a concern. I don't think there's any world where GTA 6 will be on this list. Or like a disappointing
I don't
list.
think it can launch. But
I think some people will be disappointed because again, it's been in development for 12 years.
Yeah,
it's been 12 years since the last one. Sorry, not development for 12 years, but it's been about 10 years in development. It's been, I don't think there's a way they can fuck this up because they're building off what they've already got. The only thing that concerns me is the people who were in charge of Rockstar when Red Dead 2 was released and GTA 5 was released and prior is now gone, and it's like a different person in charge and stuff. It's the only thing that concerns me about that. But I think generally I am excited for that. I don't see how they can fuck it up. And even then, I think like GTA 5 is better than what Cyberpunk was when I played it, and that came out years before. So I think that tells you everything you need to know about those games.
The longevity,
Another one I'm gonna just quickly throw in that I thought of whilst like recording, because no one will remember this. Do you remember Quantum Leap?
That rings a bell. That really, really, really rings a bell.
It was like this game. It was like this shooter game, but you could like move through time.
No, not the movie.
Maybe it wasn't Quantum Leap then. Oh shit, that is
Quantum Break.
Quantum Break. That's it. Yeah, Quantum Break. Yeah, that's it. You could like move through time and shit. Absolute ass.
Yes, I do remember.
I was so excited for that game. I paid so much money for that to then sell it a week later, and it was worth fuck all. In a week, it went down like dramatically. It just did not do well.
Jesus.
It's Steam. It's got 9 out of 10. So really? I don't even know. Like, is it good?
Jesus, 4.5 out of 5 stars on Steam with 20,000 reviews. Damn, maybe you're just wrong.
Maybe I'm just fucking wrong. Yeah. Some people were like, should you buy Quantum Break in 2024? What?
Yeah, loads of people are saying it's really good. It's got loads of really positive reviews. 66 on Metacritic.
It's because it's got like it's like a decent gameplay kind of mechanic where it's like time travel or something. You can like kind of speed up time. You can like move through time and teleport and shit, but like in real time. Which is quite
just too complex for your tiny brain.
Yeah, I'm not a Rick and Morty fan, so it didn't. My IQ's clearly not up there enough to
up there enough. Yeah.
Qualify. Watch Dogs 3.
Yeah. Watch Dogs 3. There's 3 Watch Dogs games.
See, this is the thing that people hated Watch Dogs, right? I am a Watch Dogs guy from day one. I love the first Watch Dogs. I thought it was a really. It wasn't what they sold it to be. Sure, Ubisoft kind of let everyone down with that.
Is that Watch Dogs Legion?
Yeah.
Is that the third one?
Yeah. We'll talk about
I'd
it.
forgot this game came out.
The first one was solid, right? The first one was a really solid, very bare bones, but it worked where you could like scan any NPC, you learn about them, and you can like, but it's very bare bones. It was more almost like a gameplay test, but the story was good. It had a functional online play. Watch Dogs 2 was actually fucking good, Like, I finished both of these games. Watch Dogs 2 was, like, almost the first game I played, like, open world city game with guns and cars and shit, since GTA 5, where I was like, this actually is up there. Yeah, it's not GTA 5, and it hasn't had the longevity of that, but I was, like, genuinely quite impressive. It has its own... The car system, the vehicle system was not as good, but it had its own functionality where it's just different and it worked in its own way. Watch Dogs 3 Legion was announced, and it was like set in London.
Yes.
And it was like you can play as anyone. You didn't have like one main character. You could play as, you could recruit any NPC and you could play as them in your like organization. Kills the momentum of the game completely.
Really?
Terrible idea. I loved it when it came out. I was like, oh, that's a cool idea. But then also, I am a fucking nerd, and I'm like, oh, I really want like a London like recreated in like a video game. How cool would that be? But it's not London. It is London, but it's London based in the future.
Yeah.
Where there's loads of like everything's really like technology, whatever. It's like based in the future. It had like 3D printed guns and weapons and stuff, which is just weird.
Oh yeah, like
you got but
like cyberpunk style.
Like cyberpunk style. They're trying to like copy that, and like you go to like all the cars don't look like cars. They just look like futuristic things. Like the self-driving and all that sort of thing, and you're just like, well, this isn't even a real world anymore. Watch Dogs 1 felt really gritty and grounded. Watch Dogs 2 was a bit more colourful, but in the modern world. Watch Dogs Legion was just shit, and I was so disappointed, especially living in London. You're walking around, you're going, well, this isn't accurate, and that's just me being me. But I was just like, that just annoyed me because I was really excited for a open world game set in London, only for the map to be really small and it'd be a really like basic bones version of London. It didn't even make any sense, like geographically.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
annoying.
Not good. I'll fucking throw in a completely. This is rogue. I don't like this game, guys. I hate Fortnite. Yep, I said it.
You're kind of wrong for this, Lucky. Though I kind of have to give it to Fortnite.
I've never ever. I've fully like game's the game. The collaborations they've got. The how it has changed the game media in general is amazing.
What battle royale game in general do you play?
I don't like battle royales.
Good man.
Apex is the only one I've ever actually kind of enjoyed. But then again, I played it for like a couple of days and then never touched it again.
Not a Call of Duty Warzone guy?
No, I cannot fucking stand it.
I played that before Fortnite. I played Warzone before Fortnite. I enjoyed it. With Fortnite, Do you know what it is? It's a streamer game. It's a streamer game.
I just don't enjoy it. No, I didn't enjoy it when it first came out. And I've picked it up. I've tried to pick it up. I tried to pick it up when they brought the no building one out. Didn't enjoy it. I just do not enjoy it.
I don't.
The collaborations. Sabrina Carpenter's coming into Fortnite soon.
I'm playing it 100%. When that drops, I'm on it.
it's like WWE and Sabrina Carpenter are coming to Fortnite, and I'm like, no, I'm not touching it. I'm like, I can't do it.
You know what? Like I didn't do it for years, and I just thought it was crap. But then I actually played it, and I was like, you know what? It's actually quite a sound game, and I think actually you have to give it credit for one thing, in that it is one of the longest running successful games of recent years.
Like, don't get me wrong, I will give it all of its flowers. I'm not trying to say
and it's free
no
to play, which is that's the craziest thing.
I will give it all of its flowers for being free to play. The collaborations that they have, like Disney, Marvel, like all that stuff, like everyone's fucking in Fortnite.
The first time I
like,
played it was when they did the Spider-Man thing, and the fact that you could like swing between stuff, and I was like, what?
Like the Thanos stuff with the gun, like don't get me wrong, I was hyped. I didn't play any of them, but it was still hyped, like to see all this different stuff, like see these characters in Fortnite, like all the anime characters, like it's amazing.
And I played it on stream as well.
I've tried.
That's the thing for me, like
I'd love to enjoy it. I just don't. Like I don't enjoy the building of it.
This is why I'm saying it's a streaming game, because when I played it on stream, I was like, this feels right now. When I play it myself, I'm like, it is what it is. But like when I'm playing it on stream, I'm like, this is engaging. It's exciting. It's very cartoony, very flashy colors. Yeah. It's very reactionary. So as a streamer playing it,
maybe I'm just
a very different experience. No, but I think it's fair enough. Like I have, like people fucking raved about like Overwatch. I've never liked Overwatch.
Overwatch, I will talk about after we've finished talking about Fortnite.
But like there's games where it's like this where I'm like, I have no interest, and I barely try it, or I'll try it once and never play it again. Fortnite, I will say, is one of those games where it is kind of addictive actually, and in a quite a good way. The collaborations they have are pretty good, and you can't knock the fact that it's free to play and has great game mechanics. Like it actually is a very functional game considering that it's free. Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't put it on my worst games list, but I see why you're putting that.
I just like, and this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not slandering it. Like, I'm not. It's like it's amazing what it's done for like the entire gaming industry, and it's like I give it all of its flowers. I just personally cannot stand it and don't enjoy it. Like,
fair play.
It's just not my. I just couldn't. I've tried and I want to. I've had friends who were loving it, and I just couldn't get into it. I just couldn't play it because I just didn't enjoy it, and I'm not just gonna force myself to play it.
I'm going to throw one in that I think you might disagree with, or maybe a couple you might disagree with. Are you a fan of the Assassin's Creed franchise, Cooper?
Oh, what Assassin's Creed game are you going to say?
I've got two to mention here, right? One that
if you fucking say Unity, I'm going to kill you.
I've got one that killed my momentum of the franchise when I was enjoying it actively, and then one that I thought would bring me back. I got it and was disappointed. The one that killed my momentum...
if you say my two fucking favourite Assassin's Creed games, I'm going to walk off this podcast.
So when I was playing... I grew up playing... I am as well. I grew up playing 2 and Brotherhood, and I quite enjoyed Revelations, right? And then they bring the franchise to the next point with like a new character, new story, new setting, and that was Assassin's Creed 3, of which I played about, I don't know, a decent chunk of it, and I thought, this is so disappointingly shit in my eyes. So I got rid, took it to CEX, and then a few years later they released a game called Assassin's Creed Unity, and I thought, this is it, they're back, I'm going to get it. And it was riddled with bugs, and it just had it lost all of the charm that the original games had for me. And I'm glad to say that it seems like Assassin's Creed now is in a pretty good place. Although people are slagging off the new game, I don't know what the hell's going on.
I'm going to play Assassin's Creed Shadows because it looks really good.
I have no idea what it is.
I've played a couple of the newer ones. I played Valhalla. Origins is phenomenal if you've not played that.
Origins I've heard is good, yeah.
Amazing. Valhalla's amazing as well. Valhalla's like... They went through a weird phase where it was like not as much Assassin's Creed. Origins is still very, very, very Assassin's Creedy. And they did Odyssey. Odyssey's not as Assassin's Creedy. It's a weird, like, kind of like story thing. Valhalla still is, but it's more. It's got better like fighting mechanics and stuff, and it's closer to like a standard like RPG. It's probably closer to like a God of War kind of RPG.
Yeah.
And then they've kind of brought it all the way back with whatever the one last year was. I can't remember what it was called. And Shadows, which are like
I have no idea where proper the franchise is, man. I used to like actually follow it, despite the fact that I never.
Mirage was the one last year. Mirage was like a return to form. Mirage was supposed to be the format of the older games, and so is Shadows, I believe.
There's so many of these games, man.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
I can't believe
Release
you've
history, hang
said
on.
Unity and
Oh my
Assassin's Creed
god,
3.
how fucking many of them are there? What is
There's
this? Oh my god, there's so many. Yeah, I started with. I didn't really vibe with 1. I loved 2. 2 was like my 2 and
2
Brotherhood. Those were
Yeah.
my favorites growing up. Like those games
Yeah.
are the best, man. And then Revelations I thought was pretty good, but not a top one, but it was pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
Assassin's Creed 3, disappointing. I'd probably enjoy it more now, to be honest. But I think it's brave of them to go from like Italy and like. You know, like the Renaissance of it, like Italy, into like
do you know the
Civil
thing that
War
I think
America.
lets down I think one thing that for me lets down Assassin's Creed 3 is the fact the game doesn't start as Connor.
That's true. That's also
at
true.
least like
I think that's where
it must at least be a quarter to a third of the game is not, because when I originally played it when I was a kid, I never got back the stuff with.
Yes.
I never got past the stuff with Haytham.
Right, yes.
Never. It's
Because
only when
I
I've
think
played
the same
it
with me. I
more
think the same
recently.
with me. Yeah.
And genuinely, Connor's one of the best assassins. He's one of the fucking coolest. His outfit's amazing. The tomahawk's sick as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
The story's great as well. It's a really like it's quite like a with it being about like oh my god, like
Civil
colonization and about like like all about like oh my god, what's the fucking thing that I'm thinking of? Like tribal America? That's not the fucking. What the fuck am I thinking of? Not Indigenous America.
What are you talking about?
Like the story for Assassin's Creed, it's about like essentially the British colonizing America and
Okay, so the
about
American
them, like-
Revolution.
yeah, and about them basically just kicking out like I cannot
Yeah.
for the fucking life of me think what the word is. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's a good story. I enjoyed it. I think it's a good story.
That killed me off. Black Flag again then came out and everyone raved about it, but my least favourite part
Yeah.
of Assassin's Creed 3 was the stuff on the pirate ship. So I was like, you know what, I'm not playing fucking Assassin's Creed 4. Then Rogue came out.
No, I didn't play
Really
that. That
care
was
about- that went under the radar. No one played that, I don't think.
Assassin's Creed Rogue is again part of that Black Flag and
Yeah, it was, yeah.
and 3
Yeah.
saga because it's a character crossover as well.
Then
I think.
Unity came out, and Unity was cool because it was like
Right,
it's in Paris, and it was like a whole new era, and it was like it kind of had that sort of. It's, you know what it is?
I will
It's
die
the
on the bridge
cityscape
of
of it.
Unity.
Why would you create a
will
parkour
die.
game and then do it in like a woods? In Assassin's Creed 3, like Unity was a return to form. The problem is it was
Yeah.
riddled with bugs, and I think it didn't have that charm, and I think it
See, I never
prioritized the multiplayer too much. I think.
I never played it when it first originally came out. I must have played it a little while afterwards because I don't remember any of the bugs and stuff. I will like dead serious. I said this during the best video games one. I will die on the hill that Assassin's Creed Unity has the best parkour in any Assassin's Creed game.
Well, probably yeah, because it came out in 2014. You'd expect that when the originals came out in compared to
it's so
2009.
fluid.
Yeah.
Even compared to the games now, I think it's better than the ones now. It's so fluid.
Fair.
The parkour and stuff. You watch some of the videos. Good story as well. The Notre Dame mission. Did you ever get the Notre Dame mission?
I can't remember, man. Probably
Honestly,
not. I did play a
worth
good amount
playing
of it,
it.
you know. I did.
It's worth playing it just for the mission in the Notre Dame because I have sat and played that mission for like 2-3 hours on end, just doing the assassination in different ways because it's so complex and there's so many different little things within it that you can do.
I went from like
amazing.
Assassin's Creed into like Hitman. Like I went just like from like that into that. Like now I'm a Hitman guy. But yeah, Syndicate. Did you ever play that?
Assassin's Creed Syndicate I didn't play. I've got a friend who said it was good, but when it came out, I think it was really like
panned.
Like
And then Origins
That's one
a
in
few
London.
years later. Yeah.
Syndicate was the one in London, and then then they took a break and then came out with Origins, which was
Origins,
in Egypt,
Odyssey, Valhalla, Mirage,
and then Shadows.
Shadows,
Yeah,
which has just come out, right?
yeah, just come out. I think it came out last week.
That looks
last
cool.
Wednesday, whatever.
Why are
Set
people
in
slagging
feudal
this one
Japan.
off?
My only thing with Shadows is, which I think it isn't a massive thing, but it's 2 main characters that you play as. You play as the first Black Samurai, I can't remember his name, but then you also play as like an actual like shinobi assassin. But from my understanding, I thought it was going to be a case of you have to do certain missions on certain characters, but to my understanding, you can do any mission on any character. So therefore, if you want to play the more like brute force, like go in and just hack and slash, the more like Valhalla style, you can play the samurai guy. But if you want to play like OG Assassin's Creed style, you can play the Shinobi because she has like the hidden blades. I think he has them as well, but she has like the proper hidden blades. She has like a grapple hook where she can like go up walls and stuff. Like, it's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Which I'm gonna play. I bought it, so I just need to download it.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's the whole franchise. So for me, yeah, Unity and Assassin's Creed 3 are the two in my mind where I'm like, that was disappointing, and I think that I didn't dislike Unity too much because I did play it for a decent amount, but I think it's very telling that I've never went back to the franchise. I've never went back since.
I fully understand if it was riddled with bugs, why you'd be put off it. Like, I've played games that were riddled with bugs.
It was riddled with glitches and visual bugs, and it was just wasn't as fun. Do you know, for me, my fondest memories with Assassin's Creed was Brotherhood Online.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was running around as like different characters and stuff. You could dress up as like a court jester, and you could like have to try and find other assassins in the map and kill them.
Yeah.
That was great, man.
I remember that, yeah.
I love that shit. You have to blend in. That was fucking great. But yeah, long gone.
I never got to play the multiplayer missions in Unity because they'd shut down. Ubisoft had shut down like the multiplayer stuff for
Uplay, I think it was called at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever I went back and I only played Unity probably like this time last year.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh, fair. Okay.
So, and I was like, this is fucking
part
amazing.
of me's like, maybe I'd enjoy like Origins, you know.
Origins is fucking amazing. It's phenomenal.
I know, but the thing is, it's the
amazing.
time to sit and play a game now. It's getting harder and harder.
It's longer. It's probably slightly longer than like the original Assassin's Creed games.
My brother had it. My brother had Origins, I think.
Yeah.
And I saw him play it, and I was like, wow, this is great. I'm glad to see it's actually good again.
Bayek of Siwa, who's the main character, is an amazing main character, and you also get to see like it's called Origins, the origins of the Creed. You get to see where it comes from, which is amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, there you go.
Well, go on, throw me one of yours then.
I'm gonna go probably maybe another controversial one, or at least it isn't my friendship group. Rocket League. Have you ever played Rocket League?
Yeah, I did. I had a little Rocket League phase. Yeah. I don't think it's bad, but it's a bit.
Rocket League.
It's so. How can you? The thing is, this is the thing. It's like, for me, how could you hate that game? Because it's just so like there's nothing to it really. It's just sort of is what it is.
That's probably why I don't enjoy it.
It's arcadey though. It's just like daft. It's not like it's not that deep.
Yeah, but like arcadey to me is like Mario Kart. Like that's like arcadey style for me. Like Mario Party arcadey style. Like there's just something about football and cars that just doesn't.
Well, you're not a football guy.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe
you're not a football guy either. So that's
maybe that's what it is. Maybe it just doesn't. And even there's like a basketball mode, and I was like, nah, not me. But I bought it, played it for like a day, and I was like, nah, not again. I was like, no, not today. But yeah, Rocket League, I just never. All my friends were addicted to it, fucking doing the online market trading and everything. Nah, never, ever.
Never
for me.
I enjoyed it, but I've never went back to it since.
Yeah, should I touch on my hatred of Overwatch? Should we talk about this?
Go for it. Yeah, I don't know this.
I fucking loved Overwatch when it first came out.
Oh, really?
Like,
I hated it.
Loved it. Like, I played to the competitive. Me and my friends all used to play it together. I used to follow the competitive. Like, used to follow the Overwatch League and everything, right?
Oh, wow.
The fall off of this game needs to be studied. Genuinely. Like...
But what happened, though? It's the same game, though.
So, the Overwatch 2 is out now, George. Come on. Do you not know this?
No.
Overwatch 2. We're currently on Overwatch 2.
That's like releasing Minecraft 2.
Exactly.
What are we doing?
So basically, the game just kind of like started to fizzle out a little bit, and then it became like horrifically unbalanced. And then they kind of just stopped supporting it. And then I'm pretty sure it got leaked that Overwatch 2 was in development. Right. But then Overwatch 2 was supposed to be this brand new game. It was supposed to go down to 5v5 instead of 6v6. We were supposed to be getting like a story mode that like loads of different stuff was supposed to be coming with. And then it got close to the release date, and they sacked off the whole story mode. So half the game was gone. But they then announced it was free to play, so it was like, okay, that's not too bad. They basically reworked like 90% of the heroes, turned it to 5v5. The game just doesn't work in 5v5, and it's even worse than it was before.
Oh.
They're releasing heroes like every like 3 or 4 months, and then you have Marvel Rivals come out, which is releasing heroes like we're getting like 4 heroes, a month, which again is an action shooter.
So this came out in 2023. This is like recent.
And then. Okay. Because of the loot box system had backlash, so they scrapped the whole loot box system and made it so you now can only buy the skins that you want.
In 2024, why are we still 2045 now? Why are we still sat trying to do loot boxes, knowing that people don't fucking like them?
No, let me finish. So they scrapped the loot box system because people didn't like it. So they then were like, no, you have to buy the skins. But then the skins and the skin packs are horrifically overpriced to the point where they've got backlash for that. So they've now said, oh, we're going to actually bring back loot boxes so you can get the skins back. You can get the skins out of loot boxes. And then they've now gone, oh, 5v5's not working, so we're going to test this OG mode, which is going to be 6v6. And if it goes well, we're going to change the game back to 6v6. So they're then going to have to rework everything back to 6v6. And basically bring back Overwatch 1, 2 again, like, basically.
What's the point?
It's horrific. Like, genuinely, if you just Google and read some articles about, like, or watch, like, a video about the fall off of Overwatch, it genuinely should be studied. Like,
I'm not complaining. I didn't like fucking Overwatch anyway.
Yeah, like, the game was, like, the game was amazing. Like, the game was good. Like, it was fun. It was great to play with friends. And, like, I understand people don't like it. Like, it's a, like, people don't, like, some people don't like the format, like, that kind of stuff. But it was good. Like, and there was so many games that would try and replicate it. But it's genuinely, like, it has nosedived. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
How badly it's fallen off.
Honestly, man, you need Valve to come back with a new Team Fortress game and just wipe this shit out of fucking water. That would be crazy.
Marvel Rivals is supposed to be good, which I still need to give a go. I've just not had time.
I've played it. I didn't like it. But I don't like Overwatch, so it's like, this is for me.
If you don't like hero shooters,
I don't like hero shooters.
Yeah.
I don't see the point. I think it's fucking stupid. Like, I really just... I hate it. I'm like trying all these different powers and like, it don't work. It doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
My reaction time just isn't on it. I can't do these games. In the same way that like, it just, certain games aren't for certain people. I'm never going to enjoy a Mortal Kombat game because I'm never going to be asked to learn all the buttons. I can't.
To be fair, I enjoy a good fighting game.
Yeah.
I'll get addicted to them for like 2 weeks and then just give it up.
We should
I did it with Dragon Ball. I did it with Metal Gear Solid. Not Metal Gear Solid. Guilty Gear.
Not Metal Gear Solid. Talking of loot boxes, I've got Battlefront 2 on here.
I also, do you know when you were saying before we recorded that you were saying games that came out and were hated? Battlefront 2 is my game that came out and it was hated, and I fucking loved it.
So for me, I've got a really interesting view with Battlefront 2 because Battlefront 2 came out. First of all, Battlefront 1 I played the shit out of and I loved it. So Battlefront 1 was already like goated. It was very much like...
We're talking about the newer versions, not like the original Battlefront.
No, I don't mean the OG. I mean, that was when I was a kid. So I'm talking like new EA Battlefront. Like I enjoyed it. It was original trilogy only. It was original trilogy only. So it was like original trilogy maps. So it didn't have any prequel stuff, didn't have any sequel stuff. It was very like... It was basically a reinvention of the game, and it worked for what it was, and I enjoyed it, and it was like... It's a Star Wars... fucking first-person shooter.
2015
That's pretty cool. And you had shit flying through the map and all that sort of thing. Like I hadn't seen that sort of shit before because I'd never played Battlefield. So I was like, I was loving this. I was like, this is crazy.
I'd never played Battlefield either. Yeah.
So then Battlefront 2 came out, and they immediately fucked it with the loot boxes.
See, I still enjoyed it. Like,
but the thing is,
the loot box system didn't bother me
I think
too much.
when they updated it, I'm like, it's so much better now.
But I agree that the new system's so much better.
When it came out, I didn't play multiplayer because of the loot boxes, but I did play the single player campaign because they released a single player campaign with it, and it was a fucking good campaign.
Banger.
I enjoyed it. I was like, this is great.
And the DLC for it as well.
The DLC was banging because the DLC was set between Force Awakens and Last Jedi, and I was like,
Last Jedi,
banging. Yeah, it's great. Alongside the films, it's canon.
Yeah,
it was solid. But they originally had loot boxes to like unlock heroes and stuff, didn't they?
Yeah. And it was to upgrade your heroes. You had to open loot boxes to get the cards to be able to
like get them
upgrade your heroes.
You couldn't
and level them up.
You couldn't play as. It was pay to win. That was the problem.
Yeah,
it was. You couldn't unlock these heroes to play as, which were very overpowered compared to the average player. You couldn't unlock these heroes unless you bought into these loot boxes, and if you did it without buying, it would take you ages to get to like Darth Vader or anything like that.
Like, for example, if you played Rey when you first get the game, she'd be level 1, but you could play an entire match with Rey, get top of the leaderboard, and you wouldn't level up. But if you get a loot box and you get, like, a card for Rey that says, her forced pull has like extended range, that would level her up, and then that makes her better. So basically, if you just dumped a load of money in when you first start playing the game, got a shitload of these cards, got the cards to max level, whack them on your character, the character becomes max level, and then it's just overpowered.
Yeah,
and it's the same with like I think it was the same with the guns and the utilities and everything like that. Like,
and
it was
all and there's still a bit of that. There's
boxes.
still a bit of that, but they've changed it completely, and now they've changed. I mean, it's brilliant. I think because now it's a point system. You get points by you get game
Leveling
points
up
in the game by killing people, by reviving or anything like that, and then you can spend those points in game to play as a hero. And as soon as you die, obviously you've spent those points. You have to build the points back up again to use a vehicle or to. So much better, miles better.
That's always that's a key Battlefront thing. It's like now when you like play as a hero, you level them up and then you get a skill point and you unlock the cards with the skill points.
It's much better.
Or like for the weapons and stuff, like you have to get a certain amount of kills with the previous weapon and then you unlock the next weapon.
And I'll say
or unlock its upgrades.
And I'll say
whatever.
the game is great. I think the thing that scares me is that the reception to it was so bad that I don't think we'll get another one anytime soon. But I think Battlefront 3 would be a fantastic game.
Battlefront 3 would do so well now.
It would.
With the amount of extra characters they could put in, the amount of extra heroes.
Because this was before any of the Disney
maps,
Plus series as well.
Before
so you had
any of
you could definitely add a lot more heroes in, a lot more characters.
The only update we've had since last Jedi update, which is when Crate was introduced.
True. Yes.
They then did
a Rise of Skywalker one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they did a Battlefront 2.0, which was they did like 2 Rise of Skywalker skins for Rey and Kylo, and then they introduced like a load of extra heroes like Anakin, Obi-Wan, Grievous.
Were they not in the original game?
No, they weren't in the original game.
Really?
No.
Wow. So that shows in itself. I didn't even know that. I thought that. So they've definitely upgraded
Grievous,
it over time.
Obi-Wan, Anakin.
There was some other ones that had like Bosk and shit as well, like that weren't in the original like play.
I'm gonna have a look because I can't. There's loads.
But they released a bunch of like sequel characters, a bunch of prequel characters, a bunch of original trilogy characters. So now there's so many heroes you can play as. It's a great game, but the thing I loved most about it is that the voice acting was great as well. I loved
amazing.
Because when I started playing it properly funnily enough, when I started watching Clone Wars, so I watched Clone Wars and then I like start playing the game and I'm like, holy shit! Like it's the clone. D. Bradley Baker, it's the clone voice talking to me about killing like clankers and stuff, and I'm on a map from Clone Wars, but it's all like kind of live action-esque. I'm like, this is fucking great. There's a lot of thought and care went into that game, and I think it's a shame that it launched badly because I think it is a great game.
It is great. Like to be able to just play as like a droid and run around with a blaster. And like plays the clone troopers and stuff, like it's amazing.
Yeah,
like it's such a good game. The heroes feel great. Like it feels balanced.
Yeah,
the maps are phenomenal. Like the maps are so accurate. It's amazing.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's such a good game.
I've got this one which I've not actually played, so I think this is a bit of a harsh one. Never played it, but I want to talk about it. Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League.
This game was horrifically
I am so fucking annoyed with this one because like I loved the Rocksteady Batman games, right? Arkham Asylum.
The Rocksteady Batman.
They're just so good. You've never even fucking played them, have you?
No, not
yet.
You
fucking need to, man. You have no idea. Even Arkham Asylum, which came out in 2009, is banging now. Like it's still great.
Yeah.
Like Arkham Asylum, goated. Arkham City, even more goated. Arkham Knight, goated. It has its flaws, but goated. And Arkham Origins, which was made by a different company, was great. So they have 2 divisions. You have Rocksteady making games, and then you have Warner Brothers Games Montreal, which would basically they made Origins in between City and Night because Rocksteady were taking too long to basically develop their game. And then since that, at the end of Arkham Knight, spoiler alert, they kill off Batman. So then.
Really?
You can't do... Yeah, because there's no real possibility of doing any more Batman games in that universe. They've kind of drawn a line underneath it. And they definitely can't now because Kevin Conroy's died. It would be sort of difficult unless you do one in the past and it was like with the Origins voice actors. But then they sort of have a crossroads because they're like, well, what the fuck do we do now? And a lot of people were like, well, just do a different Justice League hero. Do like do a whole different setting. Do like a Superman series of games. They could have done anything with the heroes, right? And the first one that gets made is by Warner Brothers Games Montreal, which is Arkham... No, it's not. It's Gotham Knights, that's it. And Gotham Knights
my god, this game as well.
This was poorly
received.
Because it was a little bit... It just wasn't as good. The thing is, all the games in the Arkham franchise leveled up and leveled up and leveled up, and they got more there's so much more in them. They were much richer games. The stories were excellent. The stories were the main thing. But Gotham Knights kind of continued that story well, because it was like going, okay, well, this is not in the same universe as that, but it is in a universe where Batman is dead. So now you've got all these like Red Hood and Robin and Batgirl. But it wasn't in the same universe as the Arkham games, but similar style and similar gameplay.
Yeah.
Very weird and conflicted point of view. And then Rocksteady come out and like, right, well, we've got our game coming out. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. It took them years to get it out because they were taking their fucking time. And what is the final product, man? Like, it probably has the same level of depth to the Arkham games, sure. But, like, where's the charm? Where's the gameplay gone? Like, with Batman, you had a very clear gameplay style. A gameplay style that has been emulated very well on the Spider-Man games for PlayStation. Same sort of thing. You fly or swing around a city, you beat up fucking bad guys, you follow a main story, there's some great side missions, a lot of playability, a lot of interactions going on the streets of the city, right?
Yeah.
But with this, it was like, oh, they're just going to do Sunset Overdrive, basically, and just have heroes that just have guns and just bounce around a city, just killing loads
Crazy thing is,
anonymous
Sunset
zombie
Overdrive's
hordes.
a good
like,
game.
What?
Like,
yeah.
Sunset Overdrive was a good game, though.
But it's like, I'm sure, like, the thing is, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is probably not that bad of a game, but it's so different to the main thing. And then they tried to do this thing where they release, like, new stories in waves and stuff, and now you can play as the Joker, but it's not the Joker from this universe, because that was played by Mark Hamill and we couldn't afford him, so it's a Joker from a different universe with a completely different vibe and style. And it's like, what is the fucking point? Because it's just supposed to be the same universe as the Batman Arkham games now. And it's
it is supposed to be the same universe.
It is. This is supposed to be, because you go into, like, there's like a scene where they go into like a museum or some shit and they're walking around, and there's loads of Easter eggs talking about like the events of the previous games.
Really? I didn't know it was supposed to be in the same.
Yeah, that universe is because it's Rocksteady. They were very much like, okay, this is a DC game, Rocksteady. It's very much the same thing. But then the whole thing is about killing members of the Justice League. And because of the bad reception, they've now made it kind of, I don't know what it is. They've either made it not canon, or they've just been like, oh yeah, all the members of the Justice League that you killed were actually clones, evil clones, instead of that they were possessed. So now it's like, okay, so all these guys
even
are
that
out there
shit
somewhere.
of like bringing the Joker in, but doing like. And being like, oh, it's Joker from a different universe.
It is. It's like a multiverse Joker or something. It's like a different Joker.
Well, then just say it's not canon.
Yeah,
like,
it's fucking dumb as fuck. I hate it, and I just think
it's so.
It had potential, but I just think doing it, and I like the idea of doing a Suicide Squad game. Yeah, great idea. It just, the gameplay style just did not work for what it needed to be. It's like just a shooter where you're just shooting zombie hordes of things. It's boring compared to the depth of the Batman games. I love the Batman games. You know the thing I love about the Batman games? Going and getting all the fucking Riddler trophies after you've played the main games. Because it was so fucking tedious and annoying, but it was like a collectible. You're the world's greatest detective. You feel accomplished. Instead, you've got these fucking dimwits running around shooting things instead. I don't know what Rocksteady are going to do next, but they need to reinvent. And they either need to continue doing Batman stuff, or they need to do a new hero, or they need to just make a new game altogether, right? Because this is just not working now.
I don't know why they didn't do like a Robin game or something after the Arkham series. Like, do something
I think
in
because
Arkham City,
I think it's
but
because
do like a Nightwing or do
I think it's because it's too similar. But nowadays it's like, okay,
better than Miles Morales situation.
Sorry?
But like the Miles Morales situation.
Yeah, it's like if they killed off Spider-Man, if they killed off Peter Parker in the main Spider-Man games and then just did Miles Morales as the next game, it's like you're just doing the same mechanics, same game, same everything, but slightly different. And it's like you need to do something different with it. Like what they should do is like a Superman game and just have a different game mechanic, or a Flash game or something. Because again, there's things that just wouldn't work 100%. But the problem they're having is Batman is DC's probably strongest character.
Yeah.
So now you've fucking done that. You can't really do much
See,
else with it. What they should do is just do another Batman game, I think.
I don't think a Superman game would work in the Arkham style, because I think being able to fly around and like do all that kind of stuff would take it away.
It wouldn't work, would it?
Like being able to just fly and shoot lasers at your eyes, like it just wouldn't work. Like the gliding and stuff is completely different.
But then again, you could also go to the point of that Superman doesn't want to kill people. So he's trying to also pull his punches. So you can't. If he's beating people up, he has to actually beat them up instead of killing them immediately with his laser eyes.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. I think there's they're probably having a lot of these similar conversations of what to do next.
Yeah.
I think personally, it's been a few years. Graphically, they can do a much bigger Batman game now than they've ever been able to do.
Yeah.
I think they should just cast new Batman and Joker, do a whole new thing, not call it Arkham, but make it a similar kind of play style. I don't know what the best other option is, but I would play that. If they released another Batman game that was in the same style, but slightly different, I would play it. You can't get Kevin Conroy because unfortunately he's passed away. Mark Hamill probably won't come back without Kevin Conroy. So there was voice cast for the Origins game. Troy Baker played the Joker in the Origins game. That's a good casting. He was great.
Yeah.
He was fucking good. Like, just bring him back. I don't know. There was a lot of disappointment around that game, and it sort of begs the question of, well, what can they do next?
Yeah.
The Arkham trilogy is brilliant. Goated game series, but I just think they're never going to be able to do that again. So it's thinking, what's next?
Yeah.
Do you have any more to throw in?
I'll throw in some Pokemon games that I fucking cannot stand.
Cool, I'll just lock out for a second then.
Yeah, just clock out 2 minutes. So, big controversial is I fucking hate Pokemon Black and White, and people love this game. Like, love this game.
Not a true
so,
Geordie.
my two Pokemon games that I don't like is Pokemon Black and White, like joint games, and then Pokemon Sun and Moon, and they are for the two reasons, like the two completely ends of the spectrum. Black and White is probably the best Pokemon story that we've had. However, the actual generation of Pokemon are fucking horrific. I generally don't there might be like one good Pokemon in that whole 100 plus whatever it is, and that's what holds me back about this game, because I just can't play them. But then they did a sequel, which is Black and White 2, which brings in every Pokemon, all fucking 800 at the time, whatever it was, and that's so much better because you can play with good Pokemon. So the reason I don't like Black and White is because I don't like the generation. I don't like. I genuinely couldn't name one Pokemon quickly that I like from those 100 whatever Pokemon that were released. And then Pokemon Sun and Moon is for the opposite reasons. I think it's a good generation, as in the Pokemon are good, but the mechanics, because they try to change the core mechanics of the game, and it was horrific. It didn't work. The gimmick was terrible for that game. So yeah, there you go. That's my little mini rant over. Anyone who knows me knows how much, because I'm replaying some of the Pokemon games at the moment, and I tried to replay Sun and Moon. I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. I was like, I hate it.
I don't.
There you go.
You lost me at Pokemon. Actually, I'm playing at the minute. Fucking Mario Galaxy, and I'm loving it.
Oh, the first one?
Yeah, first one.
Original one?
Yeah, on the Switch.
So good.
So good.
So good. I'm playing Monster Hunter at the moment. That's what my current obsession is.
I have one, which this game came out.
I have one more after.
Was so negatively received. And
Yeah.
I'm so pissed off that people hate this game as much as they seem to hate it. Or not hate, but I'm disappointed in its sort of lackluster reception, because I actually think it's a very good game, and I don't know. I think people are this is a situation where I think people are blinded by nostalgia. And that is Lego Star Wars: A Skywalker Saga.
I've played some of this. I think I played all the prequel stuff, maybe. And I don't know.
I don't know what more people want from the game. I don't know what people want. Because if it was released and it was the same style as the Lego games... Because you have to think, right? You've had a few Lego Star Wars games right now. You've got the first one, which was I read today was released 20 years ago.
I read today as well, yeah.
Fuck me. That was released 20 years ago. It was the original Star Wars Lego game. And it was the first ever game like this. First ever game like this, in terms of the levels, in terms of the collectibles, the mini kits, everything was brand new here. And it was just the prequel trilogy. And then they did the original trilogy a few years later. And then, a few years later, on the next console up, they did the complete saga, which is all six of them in one, and that was a great game. All three of those brilliant games. I mean, the complete saga is just the two of them combined, but with a few extras. That's brilliant. And then they did a few other games, Indiana Jones, your Lego Batmans, and then
Clone Wars
Lego game, which I've only played a little bit of. Very different style, but great. Good game.
Great. Yeah.
And it adapts some of the first couple seasons of Clone Wars, right? And it's great. Then then they did Lego Star Wars Force Awakens, which was a
Yeah.
very interesting choice because they just did one film.
Yeah.
But it was a good game.
Yeah.
I've 100%ed all of these games. I think they're great games,
Really?
and I love that. I love the Lego format. I love it, and I love the Lego Star Wars thing. There's something about it goes hand in hand. 20 years ago, I was 4 when the original Lego Star Wars came out. Around the time I'm getting into Star Wars, I'm also playing these games. For me, the films and the Lego games are intertwined in a way that I can't describe.
The only 2 Lego games I've ever 100%ed was the complete saga, which is that one, and then the Lego Batman.
The first Lego Batman.
The first Lego Batman.
Fair play.
The original one.
That game was 100%
so good.
the complete saga like every few years.
Yeah.
I go back and play it from scratch. It's great. It's a great
Yeah.
game because it's a classic and it's so memorable. Like Lego, if you're watching, not that you are, but make a diorama set of like the cantina and like the level entrance doors and like the cantina like desk with the fucking things.
How has that never been done?
Don't know. They've never done it. I'd love them to.
Even like the Batman ones, we sick.
Yeah, so cool.
Cave.
Do that. But then they released Skywalker. So now the Force Awakens one was different because it had a lot more levels because it was just the one film. It even did extra levels for things that didn't happen in the film that were implied or talked about, which is really cool. That they really expanded that film massively, and you had loads of different planets you could go to and loads of different hubs, and that was fab. With the Skywalker saga, it was basically similar to that. Now this game was delayed so much. It was delayed. It took ages to come out.
And it was buggy AF when it first came out.
We'll get to that. Because the thing that people seemed to want from it is they wanted to have this classic format of like they wanted to have a little cantina and they walk through a door and there's 6 levels for every film. So basically it's the complete saga but with an extra 3 films.
With extra 3 doors.
I can tell you for a fucking fact that was never going to happen. It would never have worked, and it would never have been enjoyed, because people would have been like, oh, you're just pandering to nostalgia or whatever. Lego games, for about 10 years at this point, haven't been like that. You forget. Lego games have been open world since like 2011, 2012.
The last Lego game...
This is the thing you look at. Is like, yeah.
Before Skywalker Saga, mate, I couldn't even tell you.
I've played. I'll tell you which ones I've played, right? Because I've gone through these bastards, right?
What was the game? What game? What was the first like voiced Lego game?
Oh, so that right?
Pirates in the Caribbean.
I don't. Maybe yeah. I didn't play that one. So Lego Star Wars video game, original trilogy, complete saga. Then it was Indiana Jones. Then it was Batman. Then Indiana Jones 2. We don't talk about that one. Lego Harry Potter, which I'm playing at the minute, that's a bit more. That's a little bit more open world, and it's not. It's still got that level select, traditional Lego select thing. Clone Wars, Pirates of the Caribbean was then 2011. Harry Potter years 5 to 7. I've not played that. Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes. I did play that, and that was.
I didn't play that.
That had voice acting in it. That had voice acting in it.
I didn't play that.
It had voice acting in it, and it was open world. You could go through the whole of Gotham City to different missions. It wasn't like level select. There wasn't like a hub menu or anything like that. It was a whole open world thing. And then Skywalker Saga comes out in 2022, 10 years later, and you expect them to have a little cantina you can walk around in. Fuck off. I just think it's so... I think Skywalker Saga has so much love and so much care, and I can say this from someone who is categorically 100% of that fucking game. It's brilliant. I genuinely think, like, in terms of the Easter eggs, in terms of the amount of characters they give you, Lego have always been very good with like character selection stuff. I mean, the amount of extra players, like characters you can play as in that game. I mean, there are like 500, 600 different characters you can play as in that Lego game.
Before the Skywalker Saga, the last Lego game that I legitimately played, and you know what, it actually genuinely is the last new game that I played, was the first Lego Marvel Superheroes.
Fair play. 2013 though, so
and
that would have had
game.
voice acting, and that would have been open world though, no?
I think that either that one or one of the ones before was the first voice acted Lego game.
I'd played Lego Movie video game, because I'm a nerd, and I played Lego Dimensions a little bit, and I played Force Awakens, which was weird. That one was odd because it felt like, I don't know, just the combat and everything was weird. But the thing with Skywalker Saga is they made it a proper game, and people complained that it was a proper game. Like they had it had proper gun mechanics and shit.
Yeah,
that was sick. I love that. I was like, that's fucking amazing. You could do loads of that. I was so impressed with the levels of depth and stuff you could do.
The
in this
lightsaber
game.
combat as well, to be fair, was sick.
Every character had a different style of lightsaber that they would be using. Like the way they move their lightsaber was interesting.
Yeah.
Lots of references. You'd spawn two characters together, and it would be like they'd have dialogue between each other just because on the off chance, if you put like baby Anakin and Darth Vader together, they have like a bit of a back and forward. And it's like, that's really funny.
Also, the Clone Wars actors, who are the voice actors? So...
The Clone Wars actors coming in and voice acting. I mean, I just can't lie to you. The Skywalker Saga is one of the more underrated games, and I'm so disappointed that it didn't have the love that it deserved. Because I feel like what could have. I don't know what their next.
No idea.
I don't know what their next one is, to be honest with you. But I'm fingers crossed that they do something. I'd love them to do an Indiana Jones one again. In this style, I think it would be amazing. But I just don't think they will. I think they're probably going to hold back now because of the negative reception. I feel like the interesting development with Lego, which I think is a good thing, is they announced very recently that they're now cancelling all Lego projects that aren't in house.
Oh, really?
So they're going back to basics. They're going Traveller's Tales are the only developers that they're going to work with. So, for example, Lego Fortnite won't be a thing in the future. They've handed out the Lego license to a lot of different games companies. Traveller's Tales is goated. Love Traveller's Tales.
Goated, yes.
Traveller's Tales are the best, man.
It's the original Batman intro that I always remember, with the Traveller's Tales logo.
Let us not forget what Traveller's Tales also developed. Crash, Wrath of Cortex, and Crash to Insanity.
True.
It's no coincidence. Crash to Insanity, the next game they released, bang, Lego Star Wars the video game. Exactly, man. Exactly.
How much is Lego Batman to buy now? I deadass would play this game.
It's cheap as fuck on Xbox, man. Have you got the Xbox?
It's £1.49 on CD keys.
Yeah, it's cheap as chips.
Lol.
It's really good. I did that last year. I bought a few Lego games.
The original Lego Batman's more expensive than Lego Batman 2 and 3.
Really? Yeah, doesn't make that makes sense.
Lego Batman 2 and 3 are 80p.
It's demand, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love the Indiana Jones one, man. That gives me good memories.
That was a good one as well.
Anyway, the Skywalker Saga is a great game. I think you should play it. Honestly, I think you should play more of it and see what you think.
I've played 4.5 hours. I've just checked my Steam.
Wow.
And I think I got
pretty good,
through. I think I got through all the prequels and maybe just started the originals.
I liked it. I love the prequels and I love the sequels. Yeah. The originals, I think, were where it fell down for me a little bit. There's just something about playing the original trilogy in this new format that felt really odd.
Yeah.
And you're certain levels where it's like, oh man, this just isn't the same.
Yeah.
But I kind of you're actually in the worlds and you're hopping. You've got open worlds. You can go to 20 different planets.
Yeah.
And all of them have got an open world
hubs basically,
with where you can get collectibles and stuff. There are I don't know how many kyber bricks you can get in that game. That's the equivalent of gold bricks. But I got pretty much all of them. My only annoying thing, the only thing I didn't like about this game, a couple things. One, the downloadable content. The amount of money they try and get out of you. It's always the same with Lego games. They always release packs after.
Yeah.
But they did this and then released a Mandalorian pack, a Solo pack. All the spin-offs. Where it's come on. When 2022, you could have added Scarif and had one Rogue One mission. You could have had something.
Yeah, I agree.
You didn't have to completely cut off. But I understand there's a point where you have to. But it's still disappointing.
Yeah.
I am disappointed.
I agree with that.
But then I'm almost
I agree
that
I agree that the DLC packs should include at least one mission with the character, because for me it's I understand if you're gonna go in 100% the game and redo all the missions, it's great to have these extra characters. But for someone who probably wouldn't go for it now, getting all these DLC characters, I'm not really gonna get to use them because I'm gonna just play the story.
I bought a couple of packs.
I got them when I bought the game.
But it doesn't really add anything. The thing is, by that point, by the time they released, I'd already 100%ed it. So I was I'm just playing as these characters for novelty than anything else.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's to be fair, I think I own the Clone Wars I own the complete saga, and now obviously I own the Skywalker Saga on PC. Like I've gone back and bought them and played them.
Yeah.
The Clone Wars one's worth playing. It's really, really good.
Yeah, I want to play that.
Yeah, complete saga, Clone Wars,
Might get that on Xbox
Skywalker
and play
Saga.
it at some point. I love my little games like this. The only other thing that I didn't like with the Skywalker Saga is I got to 100%ing it, and then it glitched.
Really?
The final Kyber brick I had to collect to 100% the game. It was like kill all 5 mouse droids on Cloud City, and only 4 of them would spawn. And no matter what I did, the 5th one would never spawn. So I could never get that Kyber brick.
That's a bit shit.
Which is my pet peeve with like full collectible games. Same thing with the Indiana Jones game that came out this year. Love that game. Will rave about that game to the nth degree. It's such a good game.
Yeah.
It has its glitches where certain things you're unable to do and you have to cheat your way to 100% it, which I think is really annoying. Is like I had to use a loophole cheat just to get the Xbox achievement to complete it, despite the fact that I had 100% of the game.
Yeah.
Annoying.
Yeah.
Hate games like that, but that's what that it is what it is. It's all part of the process. Like they can't test it to that nth degree sometimes, and I appreciate that. But yeah, Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga is goated, and I want to replay it at some point. So
yeah, that's fair. Base.
Can't wait.
Was Fallen Survivor not buggy on release as well? Was this not a thing as well?
Survivor, yeah.
This is why we had this conversation about I just get so antsy with when games get so hyped up. Like,
I don't think it was. I think there's always games that are glitchy, but shouldn't take away from the whole process. I understand for me as a collector, 100% in the game becoming impossible is the most annoying thing. But I can't let that affect my enjoyment of the game because, to be honest with you, like it's still a good game, like the Indiana Jones game, the Skywalker Saga. Like I thoroughly enjoyed my entire time playing that. It is annoying that I couldn't 100% it on launch, but like if I went back and played Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga now, it works, right? It does work.
Yeah,
and when
it
I play
worked
it
when
again,
I played it.
I'll be able to get 100%.
And that was probably
maybe
a year and a bit ago.
So I can go and do that now and like play it and still. Yeah.
Last time I played it was May 9th, 2023. So almost 2 years ago. You can tell I bought it on May the 4th.
That's a good shout, yeah. 22. It must have come out that year as well. No, 22 it came out.
Yeah, so I played the year after.
That's crazy. That's so weird. That's 3 years ago since that game came out.
3-year-old.
I was so excited for that. Like I that's the first game in a long time where I was like on the pre-order, waiting for that game to like get delivered. I remember I was in all day. The post got missed, and I had to go to the post center on the same day to pick it up because I was like, I'm not waiting any longer. I was so fucked off.
I did that before.
I got it, and I was so happy. Yeah, only time that's happened in recent years was that and Crash 4.
I missed a Destiny DLC release because it got delivered to the post office.
Yikes!
And I was fucking raging.
That's really annoying. That's really annoying.
I have 2 more games. Well, one more game, and then we'll touch on Destiny.
We haven't got much time, but yeah, go for it.
My penultimate is Call of Duty Black Ops 4. If you remember, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is one of my favourite games on my list. Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Is that the most recent one, or is this not the most recent one?
No, Black Ops 6 is the newest one, and that's good. Black Ops 6 is
good.
good.
Joking? Are you actually joking?
Yes, there's Black Ops 1 through 4, Cold War. And then 6 is the newest one.
Black Ops 5 and 6, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Black Ops 5 is called Black Ops Cold War, and there's Black Ops 6, which is the newest one.
Okay.
Which is wild that we're still getting. I remember when Black Ops 1 came out, and we're still getting Black Ops games. Black Ops 4 Zombies purely because it was supposed to be the end of like this big story that I was obsessed with, and they just completely fumbled the whole game mechanics, the whole gameplay, the whole UI was horrific. The last map didn't even include the main cast as playable characters, which still to this day irks me to the nth degree.
How do you mean? What, the last level?
So basically, like, you get like maps that release, and there's an Easter egg. So it's like you do the Easter egg is like you have to fight, you have to work out the steps, and then you get a cutscene at the end, which will basically like advance the story. And this map is the final map. It's supposed to be like the end of this storyline that's going all the way from Call of Duty World at War all the way to this game. And you have a main cast of crew, you have 4 characters. And to me, if it's your last map and it's your final thing, you've got these main characters, these are the characters that you use. But for some reason, they chose to use a cast of 4 characters who were used for like 2 maps in Black Ops 2, which just really fucked me off. because to me that makes no sense. They're good. They're a good cast. Don't get me wrong, but don't fucking use them on your last map. To me, it just makes no sense at all. And it didn't have any inkling on the story of why it was them and not the actual main crew.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, that's my little one. And then Destiny's just shit now. So the fucking execs just hate it and they're trying to run it in the ground. So, yeah, there you go. I'm done.
I'm looking at this because the more recent Call of Duty games for me that I've enjoyed me Modern Warfares. I can't lie to you. I do like me Modern Warfares. And they released Modern Warfare the new Modern Warfare back in 2019, and then Modern Warfare 2 in 2022. I loved Modern Warfare 2 when I played it. I was really impressed with that. I played the story. Didn't love the online as much, but the original Modern Warfare online was banging. Really loved that.
Yeah.
And then I see they've released Modern Warfare 3, but with fucking Sledgehammer did it instead of Infinity Ward, which is really fucking annoying. But it explains why that I've never fucking picked that up. And it explained why it tanked on launch if it wasn't the same company behind it. The amount of, like, developers that now work across the Call of Duty games is just really fucking annoying, to be honest with you.
It's also, like, this is the thing, though, as well, like, there's a weird thing with Call of Duty where it's no longer, like, each game isn't its own storyline. They're all supposed to be in the same universe now.
Yeah.
But also, it's not the case where a developer works on one Call of Duty game. It's like, so for example, the next Call of Duty game is supposed to be a Infinity Ward game, but Treyarch are coming onto it to do a zombies for it. So it's like,
Right.
it's like a weird like it's a weird mixed match now. But then you're now begging the question of like, if this is how it's going to be every year, why don't you just do Call of Duty and just add to it every year?
It's just fucking stupid, man. I just don't understand.
If that makes sense.
I just don't understand it. I don't get it at all where we're at with these, and I don't understand why we're still pumping them out to this degree. Surely,
to be fair,
surely they're not selling as much now.
I don't think so, and I am very well. Black Ops 6 has had loads of controversy with like voice acting and like replacing voice actors because of contracts and stuff like that, because of like the AI strikes and stuff like that. Like it's really bad.
Yeah.
But I'm probably on the minority where I do not touch anything else in Call of Duty bar the zombies. I haven't touched multiplayer once in Black Ops 6, and I've not touched the campaign.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
Well, I think yeah, get your Destiny out there because we're
oh nah, mate, that was it. For Destiny's bad now. Like it basically just there was a massive thing that came out where it's like the company is trying to just like the execs of Bungie are just trying to run the game to the ground. Like it's so horrific. Like everything launches buggy. Like yeah, I've played it a little bit here and there, but it's still not great. Like I just feel like every time it does something well, something comes out about some sort of controversy or some sort of like someone getting sacked or someone like exec in a country like doing something like buying another fucking car instead of paying his employees. Like that's a genuine thing.
It's so bad.
Which is so bad.
It's the state of the industry, though, isn't it? Really.
The head of like I think he's one of the heads of Bungie laid off half of the crew working on Destiny. The majority of the crew who worked on the last DLC, which is one of the best, if not the best received DLC of the entire franchise, including both 1 and 2 games, and then like a week later posted a photo of him buying like a brand new car or something.
That's bad. That's bad.
Like a very nice car, and he's got like a car collection, so everyone's been fucking clowning on him, being like, can't afford to pay your employees, but can pay to put money in your pocket. So it's just really bad.
That's
but
so
yeah,
bad.
the industry's just in a bit of a state. So
it is.
Oh well,
I think
rant over.
I do hope in the net we'll get a bit of a video game renaissance soon because I'm kind of waiting for some good games, and I think we will. I'm excited for GTA 6, man. I can't tell you enough how excited I am for this game. I love the fact that there's now reports of video game developers that are actively delaying their games so that they avoid the release window of GTA 6 because they know they'll be blown out of the water. I think that's genuinely quite funny and quite impressive.
Yeah. GTA 6 will add a new precedent as well, because if it launches spectacularly with minor flaws, like you'll never get a game without flaws again. And
but
if
then,
you do,
but then you could have said that
no
about GTA 5. GTA 5 came out without many fucking flaws or glitches or anything.
No, but that's what I'm saying. And I'm saying GTA 5 was revolutionary as well.
Yeah.
But then again, the other thing is if depending on the price of GTA 6, we could 100% seeing a percentage increase of video game prices. Because I'm convinced GTA 6 is going to launch at £100.
I don't care. I've said this before. GTA 6 has that power. There hasn't been a
That's what
GTA
I'm
5
saying, though,
game
but
in 12 years. Yeah, it's still GTA 5 is still a very actively played game with a very active community and a lot of active interest in that game online, etc.
Yeah.
Like, people still love GTA 5 despite the fact that it came
Yeah.
out 12 years ago. GTA 6 has staying power for the next 12 years.
And that's what I'm saying.
I don't
My
think it'll
issue
set a
is-
precedent though.
I do. I 100% think it will.
That's what I'm saying is that other games don't have this. Let's say Call of Duty comes out in a year and goes, oh well, we're going to make our game £100. No one will buy it. People will pay £100 for GTA 6 on release. They'll pre-order it. No one's paying £100 for the next fucking Watch Dogs game or the fucking next.
No,
like,
I'm saying, but like
Call of
AAA
Duty.
games, like it's like if GTA 6 launches at £100, then like any more of the same type, like any Cyberpunks
But
or
they'll
any
not. But
whatever.
they'll not sell. Is what I'm saying. Like
They would
be silly.
And Elden Ring, Elder Scrolls will be
Well,
£100.
that's
like,
the only other one, Elder Scrolls, where that would work. Elder Scrolls 6, GTA 6.
FromSoft games would.
Those games are the only two that would launch that would be able to cost £100 and actually make money off that. I think other companies will risk losing a lot of their consumer base from that. You'd never get that with Call of Duty. You couldn't get that with any other things. Free-to-play is becoming more accessible. Massive games like GTA 6, they can make it whatever price they want. People will buy it. I said before, the maximum I'd pay for GTA 6 on release is £150, but I'd probably pay it.
Really?
Easily. I'm taking a week off work to play this, 100%. I wouldn't pay holiday, by the way. Not sick leave, don't worry. Holiday. I'm taking holiday to play this.
Currently, where I stand, if GTA 6 releases £150, I would not pay it. However, closer to the time when I see more about it, I'll probably be more inclined. Like currently, off what we know,
I said this to my dad. I said
£150.
this to my dad as well. I can't have GTA 6 come out and then I see other people playing it. I see other people streaming it on Twitch. I see TikToks of it. I'd cry. Like I'm so desperate to play this game. I couldn't sit back and wait. I'm pre-ordering it. I don't care how much it is. I'm pre-ordering it.
That's exactly what I'll say. All this. That's exactly what will happen. I'll see one.
But I don't care about. I barely play video games anymore. So any other game wouldn't have that interest. I am hooked, line and sinker. I'm on this. At day one, fucking pre-order. I am there. But any other game wants to make their game £100. It's not going to make a difference to me. They're already £60 and I don't buy them. So £100, I'm still not going to buy them. It'll probably turn more people away. GTA 6 has, I think, that kind of power. As does Elder Scrolls 6.
Has the source, maybe?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah. I just think it's like I don't think it'll set a precedent because I don't think there's many games like it that will come out of it. GTA 6 has that power. People are dead excited about it. Over what? One trailer? One fucking minute trailer? The most viewed video in 24 hours of fucking coming out? Like the most viewed fucking trailer?
That's mad, because that trailer got leaked as well. And it's still... That trailer was leaked for at least a couple of hours before it actually got released. Like, panic release, and then...
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. But yeah, I agree. Like, Elder Scrolls 6, whenever the fuck... If it even exists, whenever that comes out will be a minimum of £100.
Yeah.
Whatever next FromSoft game comes out will 100% be £100 unless it's like a remaster. To be fair, if they announce a Bloodborne remaster, I'd pay £100 for it. In a heartbeat. In an absolute heartbeat. PlayStation, if you are listening... Fucking port Bloodborne over to PC and future consoles. I fucking beg. I want to play that game so badly, but you only have it on the original fucking PlayStations.
And while you're there, can you remaster Crash to Insanity as well, please?
It's never, ever, ever been ported over to PC, and it's painful. It's one of the best. It's supposed to be one of the best FromSoft games. I want to play it so badly.
But yeah, I think we're good.
Let us move on to our only dedicated segment, Just News.
We've got a good one today.
Just News as of this week. Do you know what? I'm going to pivot and I'm going to use a different Just News story, I think.
What?
A live pivot, because I think this one's funnier.
Okay.
Ramen shop owner places cash bounty on heads of customers who left bad reviews stating, "I'll deal with you."
What the fuck?
This is on... It's not the one for this episode. It's for my next one, basically.
Yeah. I've got it up.
They got served. A ramen shop placed a bounty on the heads of 2 male customers who left them a bad review. The owner of Toyojiro, a highly rated Jiro-style Jiro-style ramen restaurant in Kyoto, Japan, took to Instagram to declare war, threatening the duo who slapped his eatery with an awful 1-star review. He also posted their photo along with a cash reward to whoever could identify them, according to Dextero.
That's mental.
I saw your post and you seem a bit weird. We try not to treat people like you as customers, so it's fine, the owner said in the post, which has since been removed. But you should probably avoid eating out. Someday, someone like you will get screwed. I don't care. Just come directly and I'll deal with you.
Jesus.
The restaurant
Christ.
also posted on its Instagram story offering a reward of 100,000 yen or $662 per customer to anyone who could track them down, saying the search would continue until the two revisited the establishment and wrote a positive review.
Oh my god.
The only thing he can do is come back, eat again, and write a good review with the photo. I told him I won't forgive him otherwise, not even of the safety of his family. If he does that, he'll be killed right away. This kid is so scared, the owner penned.
That is fucking mental.
This is why you don't mess with anyone in Japan, because you don't know what kind of Yakuza style stuff they're going to pull out. After social media user criticised his overly aggressive posts, the owner eventually repented for his online rant. I know there are pros and cons for an act that went too far. I'm reflecting on this. I'm looking to reflecting and moving forward. Thank you, he wrote. The restaurant itself also apologised for its brazen owner's volatile tirade in its Instagram post that has also been deleted. Our restaurant, which achieved champion status on Japan's largest ramen site, ramen database, just 1 month after opening, deeply regrets the recent incident we have caused. This incident has resulted in a shameful outcome for us. We have committed to transforming ourselves and becoming a ramen restaurant that is truly supported by customers from around the world.
Fucking hell.
God, my cheeks are actually hurting from giggling from that.
I can't lie, I don't even think it looks that nice in the photo.
I'm not going to comment. No comment.
Yeah, actually, you probably made a good decision there, actually.
I plead the fifth.
Jesus Christ, I don't even know what to say to this.
It's
That's
mental.
Just absolutely mental. $262 per customer.
$662.
Track them down.
100,000 yen's quite a lot. Per customer, anyone who could track down saying that's crazy. It's absolutely bonkers.
Jesus
Psycho.
Christ.
Proper mentalist behaviour. So if nice ramen shop man, you're watching this podcast episode, your ramen looks amazing.
Which restaurant it is?
Toyojiro? Yeah, Toyojiro in Kyoto.
See if it's still open.
Closed permanently, can you imagine?
No, it's still open.
Oh yeah, it's still open.
4.4 stars on Google. Oh god, he proper replies to the ones as well.
Oh, is he?
I want to see if there's any 1-star reviews. Oh come on, Google, you fucking clamp it. Sure is.
Oh, mine stopped doing it as well. Yeah.
1 stars, a few 1 stars. Let me see if he's replied to any of those. Just
lowest
filter.
Ratings. Here we go.
Filter lowest.
Jesus.
I'm glad you came, but you behave badly as a person. It doesn't work anywhere in the world, let alone Japan. Just kind of. I thought you'd be kicking off more at these.
Bro, that's huge. First, before placing your order, we will provide you with an explanation of the store in English, which you will read accepting your order. The menu chosen by the customer with a single SKU. Wow.
Someone rated it 2
what
stars.
Costs 100
2 out of 5 stars for food, 1 out of 5 for service, 1 out of 5 for atmosphere. And he replied, "Thank you so much for all the creatures. I'll be waiting for you again." I don't know if that's a threat or he genuinely is just trying to be nice.
That's so bad. To be fair, there's not that many 1-star reviews, low star reviews.
No, it's not. To be fair, it must be a pretty good place. That's probably why he was so upset by it.
Yeah.
Can't happen very often, otherwise he'd be chasing everyone down.
108 reviews.
Jesus Christ.
4.5 stars is very good in Japan, though.
It's good promotion, though. All press is good press, I suppose.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Putting bounties on your customers' heads.
But yeah, that's so anybody who leaves a 1-star review on Nostalgia Base, we are going to put a bounty on your head.
We'll find you.
we will find you, and we will make sure that you put
So
a
make
5-star
sure
review
you do
on
give us a
Spotify.
hearty
Yes.
5-star review on
So
Spotify.
make sure you give us a hearty 5-star review on Spotify. It really, really, really does help. And thank you so much for watching and or listening to this episode. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to leave a like and tell us some shit video games that you've played, because I struggle to think of any. And I know there's games that I know are bad, but I've not played them myself, and I didn't want to start spouting shit in case they were good games. I'm not that kind of guy.
So political.
So but make sure you leave a comment of other shit games, and make sure you check out TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all of the above. We love you, and we will see you next week for the return of Doctor Who series 2.
It's not. How is it the return of Doctor Who season 2? You've done it again.
I've done it again.
You can't return if it's brand new.
That is true.
The return of Doctor Who. End of sentence.
Period.
Season 2's coming.
Series 2 is coming, so we're going to be doing like our thoughts on the build up to Series 2 next week with the one and only Doctor Who man, Mr. George, is going to be here as always. Mr. George, this is going off the rails. I've had some good outros. This has gone off the rails, but yeah, we will be back with a Doctor Who episode next week. Bye bye for now.
Bye.